Hey, it's Central Valley Real Estate and Home Improvement. I'm your host, Steve Walling. My guest for this segment is Marlene Fugman. Welcome to the show. And Marlene, you are with Realty Concepts.
I am with Realty Concepts.
That's an awesome place to be from, I've heard.
I love Realty Concepts.
Do you?
Yes.
Yeah, good people there, huh?
They're great people, and they're very picky about who they hire, too.
Yeah. I heard that rumor here recently, and that's good.
They always want to make it the right fit for the office and for their goals.
And for someone that's maybe looking to buy or thinking about selling, when they come into Realty Concepts, what's their experience like?
Warm.
Warm?
Friendly.
Yeah.
Client first. And another thing I like about it, this is just in general all real estate agents, I find, the majority of them, but especially in our office, they will step up and help each other all the time.
Have a good community here in the prison, yeah?
You have clients coming in, they'll bring them some coffee or they'll greet them as well and just do everything they can to help you.
Well, that's great. Marlene, you have a house, the listing that we're going to talk about here. But before we talk about that, because you are the listing agent on this, let's talk about the people that actually end up selling houses. You said you want to kind of go into a little bit of depth about sellers, and they get an offer on their house, and what happens?
Well, I think one of the things sellers get lost in is the price. Not that the price isn't very important, but I'm talking about sellers who get multiple offers. I want to sit down with them face to face, because it's not just about the price. It might be the highest price, but they may have a lousy out-of-town lender. They may want you to pay all their closing costs. They may want a 6-month escrow, or that's an exaggeration, but a long escrow.
Well, actually, no, it's not for some people. I've heard of such things. Yeah, it's not the dollar amount on the offer. It's the value of the offer itself.
Right. It's the price, the terms, and the time.
Right.
Those three things. You want a strong transaction so you can close escrow. When I first started into this industry, I could not believe the statistics that they say 30% of escrows don't go through. It's like, that's a high amount until I got into it and realized,
see what happens, and it can be tough out there.
Yeah.
So for a seller, it's important to have an agent that's very much aware of those types of things, isn't it?
Yes, and you need to sit down with them, because a lot of times you'll call them on the phone. I have multiple offers, and they're so anxious. Well, just tell me, what's the price? What's the price?
Yeah.
And it's like, well, let me come over and let's talk about it, and I'll show you each one, and then you can make the decision based on the information that you have. That's what you need. And
how's that been working for you as you've been dealing with your clients?
It works great, and they appreciate that because they don't know always. They could take that one high price offer, and it end up costing them a lot more.
And oftentimes it could fall through too.
And it could fall through because it's shaky.
Yeah, you betcha. So, okay, tell me about this house that you've got listed here.
This is a unique house. It's a high-end house in gated Monteverde.
It's a nice neighborhood.
It's totally quality.
Yeah.
Everywhere. I mean, there's not even any wood. All the fences are wrought iron or block. The house is bordered in stone. They just have spared no expense. They also have solar. The solar bill averages about $40 a month.
Whoa.
Another thing that's really nice is the HOAs are under $100 a month, which is very unusual. Some HOAs nowadays can be, $300 or $400 a month.
Yeah, that's nice.
So it's a great community. It's a great location. And the sellers and I talked about listing their house, and because it was such a unique house, we did a virtual tour, and they wanted to speak, and I thought it was a great idea, about some of their choices, where their design came from, how they got there, that makes this house special.
And when we conclude with our interview, we're going to follow up with that video of their tour. Is that what we're going to see?
We're going to see their video, whenever you're ready.
Well,
and
we'll get to that in just a second.
The sellers are going to actually narrate it themselves.
We're going to hear from the sellers. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Besides the video and the house, are they having any open houses? Are you going to be holding an open house there, or?
We've had 3 or 4 open houses. We've had great feedback, but we have not had any offers yet.
Not any offers yet.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, listen, I'm going to say thank you, Marlene, for being on the show. Realty Concepts.
Yes,
You were
number
telling
one.
Me, you were telling me there's a school named after your family name, huh?
There is. My brother-in-law, Jim Fugman,
Yeah.
is a retired assistant with Clovis Unified, and
Cool.
they named an elementary school after him. It's out on Copper.
There you go. Well, that's great. Well, Marlene Fugman, Realty Concepts, let's take a look at this video that your clients have.
Hi, I'm Gina Estrada, and welcome to our home at Monteverde Estates. My husband Bob and I built this home 14 years ago. Being in this area has been awesome. We are in the Clovis Unified School District. We're near Fort Washington Country Club, Copper River Country Club, and Millerton Lake.
Gina and I made several trips to Europe, and during that time we loved the architecture both in Italy and in Spain. And this home is a collaborative effort of that. Not only did we use Italian porcelain tile throughout the home, but we used Cantera stone extensively, as you'll see in the columns that reflect the European architecture, the fireplaces, the steel front door, which was custom made. No detail was missed.
We built our home with entertaining in mind. The large game room and dining room are perfect for that. And as you can see, we have a love of art.
As part of our overall theme to have a home where you can live both inside and out, we decided to go with hardscapes rather than extensive lawn. So you'll find in our backyard we have a sunken courtyard, we have a pool area with full decking, and then in the front we have a courtyard that greets you when you first walk in.
Bob and I are both Pisces, and we love water. We built several water features into our home. We have a pool with fountains, the soak tub, and 3 other fountains on the property.
And so we have some really unique materials that are incorporated into the finishing touches of our home. The home has hickory hewn flooring throughout, and you'll see how we utilized tile on the perimeter of the rooms and then incorporated the wood from within. You'll also find throughout the house solid brass hardware. All the knobs, all the handles on the doors, everything is solid brass.
Thank you for touring our home. I hope you enjoyed it as much as we have.
Marlene, that is an incredible home.
Isn't it gorgeous?
That's great. Man, I don't know, but I'm just not going to let my wife take a look at this one. You never know. It's beautiful.
I would like to add just one thing, too, that the builder is an excellent builder.
Yeah.
His name is Ron Fugman.
Oh, is he? Yeah. Somebody that you might know.
I might know him or be married to him.
Uh-oh. Well, there you go. Well, listen, thanks for being on the show. Realty Concept, Marlene Fugman. Beautiful home. If you're looking for something special, that looks like it's pretty special. And I'll see you when we come back.